Hello there. In this video we're going to show how the angle bisector construction works, or why it works. We did this in class the other day where we actually constructed an angle bisector to prove the angle bisector theorem, and you might have been curious as to why that whole process actually produces an exact angle bisector. So if you remember, the first thing that we would do is we would create a circle centered at B, and we would go not quite long enough to A, but some distance, and it would intersect at 2 points about there and there. Obviously I'm not doing this with a compass right now, so this may look off a little bit, but if you remember how this process works, there's a big circle. Actually, that's not that bad. There's a big circle right there. Now I'm going to go forward to this point here, extend my compass, make it longer, and create a circle centered at that point. And the trick, remember, is I don't need to draw all of the circle. There's just a big circle centered at this new point over here. Now I'm going to keep the compass, that same length, move over to this point, and create a circle that is the same radius as this one over there. Somewhere the two of these circles intersect, and that's going to be the new interesting point for me. So I'm going to connect that back to B, and these angles should be congruent to each other. So why does this work? I'm going to label these points. We'll call them X, Y, and P. And if you remember, the points X and Y were on the same circle, so that length is congruent to that length. And then the points XP and YP, those were on circles that were also equal radius. So that can be my givens. And I also had these concentric circles, not concentric circles, congruent circles at the bottom. So they would have the same radius, and that's XP and YP. And the whole trick here is that this length right there is shared. And that's what's going to give us the two triangles. So I'll start at the top. Triangle BXP is congruent to triangle BYP by side, side, side. And that gives us the angles. And that's true because of corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. And because this angle is congruent to that one, that's going to mean that the red line we constructed, will bisect that original angle ABC. And there we have it. Character and scholarship for life.